Alright guys, I don't have long because we need to go. Wow, this is why I always wear a hat. Anyway, last night ended with, so yesterday was our longest day so far, like 25 point something miles, 0.3 miles. And the first, 15 miles were, no, more than that. The first, 20 miles were great. And then the last, 5 miles, it was just this, downhill. And, I think I was just, kind of getting tired, but also there were, roots and rocks. And I was in this, really deep forest. It was kind of dark. And then my plantar fascia started really hurting. So the last 5 miles were, oh, not great because of that. But at the very end, I don't think we ever recorded anything about this. I didn't want to record it in the moment, and then we were really close to camp and it was late and whatever. Anyway, I was crossing a river and I stepped on a rock that looked really solid, but I didn't test it before I flung myself onto it. Flung is a little bit dramatic, but anyway, it was not a stable rock, and so weirdly that foot didn't fall in, but somehow when I was trying to stabilize that foot on the moving rock, my other foot, which was a foot that had been hurting, incidentally slipped off of a stable rock and into the water, fully submerged. And my feet were kind of hot, so it actually honestly felt good. I was just thankful both of my ankles were okay. I fell very hard on my butt on this other rock. 3 rocks involved in the incident. Anyway, thankfully we were I don't know, maybe half a mile or so from camp, and so it just continued on. And this is potentially my least favorite place we've ever camped. It's super dark because this is very overgrown forest. I had heard there were a lot of rodents here, so I think that was an automatic, I was put off by this. And then it smells really bad around here. It's something about the bridge smelled bad. It isn't actually I couldn't smell it in the tent, but oh, Henry's back. Hello. Just giving some updates. Anyway, so yeah, there's nothing really wrong with the campsite. I just don't really like it that much. But anyway, we're happy to find a spot because there were actually already 3 other tents here, and somebody came up, so we got here a little bit before 9 o'clock. It was about 12 hours campsite to campsite, and there were some people that came up after we were in the tent, maybe around 10, and it was this girl where she was looking for a site, and I feel really bad because there's not really sites around here, so we told her hey, you can try to do this or this, but we didn't really have good suggestions because there's just not really room. And she was oh, because we were trying to figure out how she could squeeze in with us. We had tried to position our tent so that there was room, but it's a really small site, so there's this giant tree in it, which makes it you can't really go there. Anyway, she's oh, I have other friends coming, so I felt bad for them. And anyways, my point is I am just thankful that we had a spot because I felt really bad for those people because it was fully dark at that point, because in this forest it got dark at honestly 8 p.m. It was pretty dark, even though it doesn't get dark usually until 10. So anyway, that's the update for that. So today I was kind of not looking forward to going because of my foot and whatever. I don't know. We started this huge climb, but do you know why I am excited? Is that it's a big milestone day. We have some really big milestones. We're gonna, again, assuming that all goes well, we finish our 18 miles. We have slotted 19 miles. We have planned. We will finish Oregon. We will reach our halfway point of total trail miles. I guess that's it. Wait, did I say?
You fell in the river yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Did I just say we'll finish Oregon? I don't know what I said. We'll finish Washington. We'll get to Oregon. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. So yes, we have some big milestones coming up, and I am going to try to focus on those and be excited because I don't feel very excited right now. also, this is definitely true for me, and I think it's true for Henry too, although he just walked away. This is one of the most disgusting I have ever felt. My shirt, when I put it on this morning, was just wet and salt and a grossosity in every way. Like, all of my stuff is disgusting. Even though we got showers in Trout Lake like 2 days ago, we didn't do laundry, so we haven't washed any of our clothes in like over a week. And it's just, I don't know, just the last few days have just been like kind of gross. And my feet did get cleaner in the river yesterday, so I don't know, you would think that would help, but I just feel like a nasty grease ball. Womp. My shoe didn't dry overnight. I didn't really expect it to, but I was kind of hoping it would. Yeah. Okay, I recognize that in the daylight, this forest probably looks really cool. And honestly, it looked cool last night, but in a way that was really creepy and that I was not into. And also, even, I mean, now you can see up there, it looks like bright and sunny. And in here, it's like, I don't know, kind of dim. Oh, there's one of the rodents. Wow, it's like I think it's a rat. We haven't seen a rat yet. Oh no, it's a chipmunk. Never mind. Okay, that is the most rat-looking chipmunk I've ever seen, to be fair. All right, we are on a timetable for sure today, so I need to go, but I just wanted to give some context to the weird, creepy forest that I hate. And that's the smelly bridge. I think Henry said it smells like creosote or something like that. Something, I don't know. Anyway, honestly, this was a perfectly fine campsite, and I'm very thankful for it. And yeah, I do recommend it more in the day than the night.
Whatever they put all over this bridge is very odoriferous. We'll just say that. So Pamela just said she feels like a dish rag. Smelly, wet. A dish rag that's been asked to walk uphill, and it doesn't even have legs.
Henry is delirious, which is the only reason he finds this comment so funny. We're ready to go to town.
I do love a rock outcropping. This is a very nice one. Some views of the mountains, volcanoes.
So I'm waiting for Henry to come back from a little outcropping he wanted to see, because it's a whole thing. He has some of my water and he's going on a side adventure. And anyway, so I'm waiting for him here for a minute. And I just wanted to say, I think he actually might be recording right now too. While I was hiking up here, I feel just so freaking nasty. Like, oh, it's disgusting. I realized I actually haven't washed my shirt in 2 weeks, because 1 week ago, the section of trail we had done like in that intervening week was pretty chill, and I wasn't getting like super disgusting. And my shirt, since it's wool, takes a long time to dry. I don't put it in the dryer. It can shrink a lot and it's kind of hard on it and whatever. So anyway, I skipped washing it then, and then we didn't do laundry in Trout Lake. So it's been a full 2 weeks since this thing's been washed, and we've been hiking a lot in the past 2 weeks. So that probably adds to why it feels so disgusting.
Gonna do a little peak bagging, 3-corner rock, 3/4 of a mile evidently. We're almost there. That's 3-corner rock. Gonna scramble up that. Lovely wildflowers. Civilization down there. And a radio tower. I wonder if the road's in any better condition that way, because that road is gnarly. It'd be hard to mountain bike up that road. This is interesting. I thought I'd be scrambling, but someone's poured like, I don't know, concrete mixed with gravel to this path, which is actually pretty cool. Going up here, kind of winds its way around. It's actually, I'm surprised at how charmed I am by this Look at that. They did it all the way to the top. They built this ramp. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh. Now I remember reading something. This used to be the base of an old fire watchtower. Wow, that would have been an insane watchtower. Holy cow. I'll show you the view in a second. Okay, so earlier on that ledge I got confused because we're so far south that the volcanoes, we used to be in the middle of the 3 volcanoes, but now we're south of all of them. So to the left, it's St. Helens, Rainier, Adams, and then over here is Hood, and then I think someone said that is actually Mount Jefferson. Whoops, actually I stopped the video. That is actually Mount Jefferson. There's Hood. And then Adams. Rainier. Mount St. Helens. This is a really good place to sit too. So I'm gonna sit, have a snack, and then catch up to Pamela, and we'll be celebrating 50% the trail done in a little bit. Wow, this is incredible. This might be one of my favorite places so far in the PCT. I know I probably say that a lot. Oh, you can see 3 Corners Rock. Very distinctive. Cell tower helps, or whatever it is.
All right, Henry has his episodes of bushwhacking with Hank Lather, and I have my episodes of stopping randomly and then realizing afterward that there's a really good view. So I just stopped here in the shade for a minute to see where I'm at, and I was like, oh hey! Anyway, I think that's Mount Hood, and we're getting closer and closer, and we're getting real close to our halfway through the total PCT miles, so pumped about that.
So that's the Columbia River Gorge. I think that's Table Mountain, which is going to be my next side trip.
Woo! Oregon!
Yeah, I guess we can see Oregon. Yeah. Hello, Oregon. I guess we've been seeing Oregon since Hood's in Oregon, but that's about all we've been seeing. We are 0.3 away from halfway.
But we're on this really steep trail, and there's like nowhere to go, and I found this bench. I was like, Henry, this is halfway, right? And he's like, 0.3. I was like, yeah, but like, don't you feel like it's here? So we're gonna celebrate our halfway here, 0.3 away, and then we'll take a picture when we're actually halfway. I think we're gonna make it the 0.3. We'll see. I mean, we have to see, but seems likely. And this is a way better spot to have lunch because there's literally like no edge of the trail to go. So I feel good about this.
That's the trail. You could sit in the bushes, but
don't you want a bench?
I do want a bench. I love benches.
Bench, bushes. All right, we packed out Pringles as our halfway treat. I would have preferred a tiny bottle of Prosecco, but they didn't have that at the store. And we never really pack out chips, so this might seem like a very normal thing, but I was like, it's something we don't normally pack out. Henry isn't super enthused, I don't think, but there weren't a lot of good options. So the other option was Pop-Tart. Not that we don't eat Pop-Tarts, but we just didn't have any for this stretch. So I was like, oh, we can share a Pop-Tart, but this seemed more exciting. So thoughts?
I'm so hungry.
Eating his peanut butter. We're here. This is our own unique halfway done with total PCT miles point. Henry, how many miles is that?
1,329 or something like that. I don't actually know.
I think that was close enough. That's good. Yay! And you can see here on our Pringles can, I wrote 50% because we don't have time to make a 50% out of pine cones. We gotta get the Cascade blocks.
For the next episode, peak bagging with Hank Lather. I'm gonna try for Table Mountain. And going up the Heartbreak Ridge Trail, and then back down the West something Table Mountain Trail, and then overlap like point 4 of the PCT again, and head down, hopefully for blackberries and a swim. Whew, steep trail. Part 1 done. Going for part 2. I gotta assume that's a marker for the trail where I came from, all the way down there. This trail's insane. Wow. Now I'm on this Ridge Overlook Trail. Really nice views. Goes to that observation point out there. Wow, this is a really extreme trail. That's where it ends, right on that ledge. Wow. Now we're off in pursuit of the summit, Table Mountain, and then we'll go back down by the West Table Mountain Trail, something like that. All right, this is it, Table Mountain, completely flat on top, like a table. This trail is crazy. It just takes you along this ridge. It's often very close. And it's also like incredibly steep. The last trail was like, to get up here was just really hard cardiovascular. This is just steep, unpleasant, slippery, rocky, sunny, hot, dry. Ugh, type 2 fun for me now. Back on the PCT, that trail was terrible. I did not enjoy it one bit. That was crazy. Way up was pretty nice, though difficult. Way down, that was terrible. Ooh.
Guys, there's super fresh berries up there, but they're too far away to reach. And the bushes are very prickly, and I am cutting it very close on our ride, so I gotta keep going. Good news! Okay, you can't really see it very well, but I found a few that are within plucking distance, and I'm very excited. Just ate one, delicious. Wow, I am truly limited only by time. There are so many ripe berries in this section, holy cow. Got my little handful, and I need to keep moving.
Well, that's the most inviting lake ever, but no time. Behind schedule.
All right. Very cool sign here. Henry did the 3-corner rock trail earlier today. And this is also a very cool sign. Love it. I just realized this is one of the few numbers that is actually relevant to us. So we've come that far since Canada. That's fun. Here's the trail magic, which is also our ride and place to stay. Very exciting.
So we're doing laundry, and I don't know how this happened, but stuff literally got tied up in knots. It's like insane.